The election for the presidency of the United States is now just 6 days away. From what I can tell, the election is really close. So I wanted to share 5 reasons why it would be an embarrassment for America if Trump is elected again. The first reason is that it would be a tacit admission that America made a mistake in judgment. This is not to speak upon all Americans, since obviously not all Americans voted for Biden. But it would be an embarrassment to kick him out of office just to vote him back in 4 years later. That is a classic example of what should be walking away with the tail between the legs. And human beings are very loath to do such things because not only is it an admission that you were wrong, but then it opens the door to being wrong about other things. It opens the door to, if we were wrong about kicking Trump out of office before, we may be wrong about re-electing him again. The second reason why it would be an embarrassment for America is that the president is supposed to be a role model for the nation. It's shameful to elect someone who is a convicted felon and has had 26 women accuse him of sexual harassment or misconduct and had a civil conviction over that E. Jean Carroll trial for sexual abuse and defamation. America is supposedly the leader of the free world. It's embarrassing to have the leader of the free world be such a man that has felony convictions and rape allegations. What does that say to children that adults are usually very protective of? You don't have to be a good person to achieve things in life. You can even be a convicted felon and still reach or obtain the supposed highest office in the land. The third reason is encapsulated by this graphic. Now, I didn't create this, so I'm not sure if it is all correct. But look at that. Trump is the only president to have one term, lost the popular vote, and got impeached. Think of all the terrible presidents we've had, like Woodrow Wilson, Richard Nixon, Andrew Johnson, Jimmy Carter, and the second George Bush, and none of them had all three. And America might elect a president that has had all three for a second time? The fourth reason is electing a person who many people consider to have fomented an insurrection because he refused to accept the results of the 2020 election and encouraged the conspiracy theory that the Democrats cheated. How could Americans feel it is okay to elect someone again after all that? A person who arguably caused such chaos on January 6th and tried to undermine and arguably overthrow the government. And the number one reason why it would be an embarrassment if Americans elected Donald Trump president again is his horrid handling and behavior over the coronavirus pandemic. It's easy to forget things like this, even though it's not like it was 20 years ago. Quote, "I didn't just downplay the virus. I also held big rallies and mocked people for social distancing and wearing masks, knowing they would spread it," unquote. Here's another Twitter post from 2020. Claire Minty said, quote, "The man who wouldn't wear a mask, played down the virus, called it a hoax, held big rallies, made fun of Joe Biden for his small campaigns and huge masks, has COVID. Karma," unquote. Another one from that time by someone named Kimmy Coleman. Quote, "The man who called this a hoax, made fun of the public for wearing masks, downplayed the virus, has gotten COVID. I can't help but laugh. Karma is real," unquote. A great book that explains how badly Trump and his administration handled the pandemic is Nightmare Scenario. The authors say that Trump refused to take responsibility, disputed the recommendations of his own pandemic task force, claimed the virus would just disappear, mocked advocates for safe health practices, and encouraged his base and the entire GOP to ignore or rescind public health safety measures. It should be utterly unconscionable that a man that cost many American lives during the coronavirus outbreak could be re-elected by the American people all over again. Thank you for watching.